Now what if somebody maliciously tore your squishy? Now that's not very nice. But here's the best part. When you squish it, it still squishes and then comes back together like a regular squishy. Before I discovered liquid stitch, I would use super glue. The only problem with that is it leaves hard spots. So this stuff you can get fairly inexpensive, much cheaper than a squishy costs. And let me show you how it works. So you just open up the cap, peel back where you have your tear, and you just put this right inside of it. There we go. I have more than I need, because what I'm going to try to do with the extra is fill in all these cracks. So I just use my paintbrush to make sure it gets in all the little nooks and crannies. And the good stuff about this is it dries clear, so you're not going to see where you did this. Alright, let's hold that shut. You want to make sure you're not compressing your squishy. Because if you do compress it, then it'll dry deformed. Okay, we're going to leave that aside for it to dry. Directions say it takes half an hour, so we'll come back then and I'll show you what it looks like. Now what if somebody maliciously tore your squishy? Now that's not very nice. Now here's one side. We're going to do both sides. Make sure you get it right up into the edges. Okay? Make sure everything lines up the best we can get it. Alright, we're back. Let's take a look at our clock. Now when I pull this open, you can see in the area where I painted it with the glue, it looks a lot better than the areas where I didn't. And then here's the bow. The bow looks a lot better than it was. It would have been better if I would have taken a piece of tape and held this down just a little bit, so that when it dried, it would have dried completely shut. But it just kind of naturally set open, so. But it still squishes just fine. Check out our cat. Now if you remember, I wrenched this thing like this, so there's still other tears, new tears that I put into it. I could glue those too, but we're focusing on this big giant one that I did all the way around, right? See, that's a new tear from, aside from the big one that I did. But overall, it stuck pretty good. But here's the best part. When you squish it, it still squishes and then comes back together like a regular squishy. Still a lot better than being torn in half. So, there you have it. Some liquid stitch and a paintbrush.
Hi, today I'm going to teach you how to make a squishy. Well, not how to make a squishy, how to fix a squishy with a rip. First you get this kind of glue. I don't know what kind of glue it is, but I just know it's glue. And squirt it. that might be enough for one squishy. Get the brush. Just dip it a little. And get this. Spread it all around. This may take a while. Or a little bit. Do you think that's enough, Dad?
Make sure it gets all the way to the edges.
That's pretty close. This looks like marshmallow stuck in an elephant's thing. That looks like it's enough. Then we get the last bits. I think I might go. Maybe. And go brush down. Here, like that. By the way, if you think I'm just a kid, I'm Brent's daughter. Right, Dad?
Yep, that's right.
Some people might just think I'm a kid. It looks like it's enough. Right, Dad?
Yeah, I think we should give it a try.
I'm just going to put a little like this so it's a little secure. There. Dad, I'm going to put some tape. That should be enough tape. Put it like that. Dad, go back in and get another squishy.